हासं हरेरवनताखिललोकतीव्र शोकाश्रुसागरविशोषणमत्युदारम् सम्मोहनाय रचितं निजमाययास्य भ्रूमण्डलं मुनिकृते मकरध्वजस्य. Hare Krishna. Lust is one of the most heinous enemies for a soul. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Kama yesha krodha yesha rajo guna samudbhavaha mahashano mahapapma vidhyena ihavairinam. Krishna says, Kama yesha, krodha yesha means it is only lust. When it is unfulfilled, it becomes wrath, it becomes anger. Unfulfilled desires will lead to intense anger. Kama yesha, krodha yesha, this lust and this anger are the greatest enemies. Mahashano mahapapma, they are the most sinful enemies for a soul. When a young boy sees a beautiful young girl, his mind is naturally attracted towards her beauty. Similarly, when a young girl sees a handsome young boy, she also might feel drawn to him. This kind of mutual attraction between two opposite genders is instigated by Cupid, Kamadev, Madana, who induces lusty feelings in conditioned souls who have material bodies. But how to overcome this lust? Yes, this is a natural urge for a living entity. How to overcome this lust? Just imagine you entered a temple and you see the beautiful forms of the deities, Radha Krishna deities, or Sitaram deities, or Lakshmi Narayan deities. You see the beautifully decorated deities of the lordships in the temple. They are also beautiful, and you get attracted to that beauty. When somebody sees the material beauty of the opposite gender, there is attraction. When the same person sees the spiritual beauty of the deities on the temple, there also there is an attraction. But what is the difference between these two flavors of attraction? Material beauty agitates the mind with a desire for selfish and personal enjoyment, bodily enjoyment. But spiritual beauty inspires us to fold our hands, offer a prayer in supplication, and also inspires us to render some service to that spiritual beauty. So material beauty agitates the mind, but spiritual beauty satisfies the mind. Yes, the eyes are constantly looking for beauty. But when we come in contact with material beauty, lust can overwhelm us and we may want to enjoy that beauty. Not that we have to avoid seeing anything beautiful in the material world, but when we also expose our eyes to spiritual beautiful forms of the lordships, and when we increase our spiritual desire to serve that spiritual beauty, then naturally our attraction towards material beauty will be minimized. Even if we see something materially beautiful, because of spiritual consciousness, we would like to engage that materially beautiful object or even people in Krishna's service. And we start appreciating that material beauty with a spiritual mindset. This material body or this material object cannot be so beautiful without being empowered by the Lord. The source of all material beauties is the supremely spiritual beautiful form of Krishna. Thus, when a devotee sees material beauties, the devotee wants to engage those material beauties in Krishna's service. But when a materialistic person sees material beauty, with the materialistic mindset and material consciousness, they want to exploit and enjoy that material beauty for one's own selfish desires. But somebody who sees the spiritual beauty of the Supreme Lord will get attracted to that spiritual beauty and sees all the material beauties in connection with that spiritual beauty and minimizes one's selfish desires. So, one of the important ways to overcome lust is to get attraction towards Krishna's beautiful spiritual form. Let me conclude with a beautiful shloka from Srimad Bhagavatam. Hasam hareravanatakhilalokativra shokashrusagarabhisoshanamatyudaram sammohanaya rachitam nijamayayasya bhrumandalam munikrite makaradhvajasya. Hasam harer avanata akhila loka tivra shokashrusagar visoshanamatyudaram. The meaning of this shloka is, when a living entity gets attracted to material beauty, the arrow of the Cupid comes and touches him, pierces his heart. But when we see the beautiful form of the Supreme Lord Krishna and the beautiful eyebrows of the Lord, which are in the shape of bows, then the arrows of the Lord's glances come and pierces our hearts. When we expose our hearts to the arrows of Krishna's loving glances coming from his bow-like eyebrows, then that will protect us from the arrows of Cupid. We'll be saved from material lust. In short, to protect yourself from the feelings of lust induced by your coming in contact with material beauties, develop genuine attraction towards spiritual beauties. Hare Krishna.